Hi, both. Thanks for joining us today on our Business Gurus channel, where we will be discussing key business topics to help students grasp the most important elements of their course in preparation for their exams and future career. Let's get started.
Okay, let's dig into this. We've got some really interesting source material here, all focused on market segmentation. And specifically, it's honing in on location. We're basically looking at this slide. It's got visuals, logos, text points, all about why where you are matters so much. So, our mission really is to unpack this slide and figure out, what's the core message? Why is location such a big part of how businesses try to reach customers?
Absolutely. And what this source material really brings out is that it's more than just putting the pin on a map, isn't it? It's about how location influences, well, everything needs behaviors, the environment people live in.
Yeah.
That's kind of the key for slicing up markets effectively.
Right. So looking at the slide, it starts off with this idea of scale, like how big an area are we talking? It mentions businesses might target nationally or maybe narrow it down to a region. Scotland's the example they give, or even get super local, really zoom in.
Yeah, and the point there isn't just the map size. It's recognizing that, things change across the scales.
Mhm.
Your needs, who you're competing against, even cultural stuff. It's
Yeah.
totally different in a big city compared to a tiny village,
Right.
or even just across different regions.
Yeah.
So targeting helps businesses be, well, more efficient and tailor their message, acknowledging those local vibes.
Okay, that makes sense. Then the slide sort of shifts gears visually. It shows these contrasting environments. You've got like Times Square, really dense urban stuff,
Yeah.
right next to pictures of fields, tractors, very rural scenes.
Mhm.
And it immediately makes you think, yeah, life is drastically different there.
Exactly. And the source is basically saying, look, environment shapes needs and likely how people act.
Hmm.
Someone dodging taxis need different shoes than someone driving a tractor, right?
Mhm.
Different needs, different products. Businesses kind of have to get that environmental reality check to even know if their stuff fits, let alone how to sell it.
And it pushes that environmental angle even more with climate. I see images here of sunny beaches, Egypt's mentioned for warm, and then snowy scenes. They mentioned Norway for cold climates. This feels like maybe the most obvious location factor, like what you wear, maybe what car you need.
It is, yeah, probably the most straightforward link between environment and needs. But the source goes a bit deeper. See the logos. Adidas and Carhartt, both sell clothes, sure. But showing them in this climate context, it really highlights how brands position themselves. Carhartt often signals, toughness, protection, maybe cold weather gear. It connects to that rural, maybe harsher climate segment. Adidas, while massive, definitely caters a lot to warmer weather sports. So it's not just what you need, warm coat versus shorts. It's the brand, the style that clicks within that specific place and climate. It's about the implied lifestyle you see.
Right. Okay. So putting it all together, then looking at this source, the scale, the urban versus rural, the climate differences, it becomes super clear that location isn't just like an address, it's a package deal. It tells businesses a whole lot about you and how to approach you.
Precisely. It's a shortcut almost. A way to make sense of a huge diverse market and aim your efforts better. The source uses terms like market segments, market mapping, basically
Yeah.
visualizing these location groups. These are the tools. And interestingly, it flags that demographics are coming up next. So if location is one major way to segment, and demographics, age, income, that stuff is another. What other sort of fundamental aspects of life do you think businesses might analyze to really understand their customers and tailor what they offer? This location deep dive, it's really just one important piece of that puzzle.
Thanks to both of you for joining us today. You've been listening to the Business Gurus. Let's now hand it over to you. What further questions do you have based on what we've discussed so far? Leave a comment and we'll get back to you right away. If you haven't already, hit that follow for more business tips.